Hi folks, I guess I wanted to do a quick video here. I like to do videos, I guess, when it's kind of raining outside. I guess you can't really tell that it's really raining, I guess, real hard, but you can kind of, I guess, kind of hear the raindrops kind of drizzling down here. It's just lightly drizzling, kind of like a gloomy day. I love these type of videos, or doing videos, but on days like this. But I actually wanted to do a video, if you will, regarding an issue regarding I don't know if you all were actually reading in the news lately here, and I think this just happened recently, regarding the individual who actually it was a Dunkin' Donuts employee that actually punched an elderly man, I guess, fatally punched an elderly man in the face, I guess, and because of a racial slur that was actually, I guess, given to him by the elderly man. And basically, again, unfortunately, the elderly man actually ended up passing away. And I actually wanted to do a video because, again, this is something that was fresh, and I'm pretty sure that there's a lot of people that may have covered it in their videos here on YouTube, but I actually wanted to kind of give my take on it, if I may. In the day, for the most part, where we say, where we actually exercise up and down the right to, a freedom of speech and everything like that. And although it's good that we have freedom of speech, we also have to understand is that even though freedom is involved in this activity, it's not free. And like I say, and sometimes, people have to, people pay the cost of, free speech. And unfortunately, sometimes it can turn a bit fatal, where it costs them their lives. I am in no way defending the young dude that actually punched the elderly man for what he did, because again, that was just actually, again, really unacceptable. But again, the issue is that, how the tensions are right now with race relations and everything that's going on in our, in the United States. There's just some things that you just don't do. And basically, anything having to do with race, racism and stuff like that, or topics regarding race relations, are for the most part right now sensitive issues. Again, because of the things that we're dealing with right now, with the tensions that's going on in the United States. Unfortunately, the individual right now is actually being held in jail, from what I was reading online, and there is no bail that's set for him. And basically, there may not be any bail that they may set for him. I don't know. But, it's a shame that now a life he may be spending the rest of his life in jail, all because of the fact that he actually acted out and reacted to someone in the wrong way. My main thing my main takeaway from this particular incident, and you may be noticing I'm looking at my watch because right now I'm on break from work. So I'm working from home. So I'm on break right now, but I'll go back in a few minutes. But the main takeaway that I actually can do or take away from this issue is that we cannot allow anybody, and I'm talking about this from a Black perspective, we cannot allow anybody to actually, again, get next to us. We already know, for the most part, the history of the N-word, and they never actually said what racial slur the actual individual, the elderly man, actually said, but we pretty much can reason, for the most part, what the individual actually said. But again, there's just some things that we just cannot allow folks to really get to rile us, you know what I mean? And the main thing that folks tend to do to rile us, as far as in the Black community, is by the use of derogatory words. And basically, when you live long enough to actually experience things and experience people, again, as I stated in previous videos that I've done, you learn how to deal with people. You know what I mean? And like I say, this is just something that, that it's a continuous process. It's something that we would call maturing. And basically, with a lot of times, the young folks, their brains, again, may not be fully developed to really be able to reason and think things through. They will tend to act in irresponsible ways, and basically, they're not really prepared to handle the repercussions of their actions. And again, when I heard the story, and I, heard that, a Black man hit a white elderly man and caused them to die, my first thought was, okay, not that it was right, but how old is the individual? And 9 times out of 10, young folks tend to act irresponsibly, not thinking that what they do is going to cause or have a major consequence later on down the road. Now, with this issue going on, it's gonna again create a further divide that already exists right now in our community, or as far as how we relate to white folks. And basically, again, anytime we seem to be making some sort of a little bit of progress, something always has to happen that causes that divide to become wide. I don't know what happened there. Something must be, my video camera must be malfunctioned. But anyway, something always has to happen to kind of divide us, further. And basically, again, the lesson, again, that I feel that we should take away from this is, again, just to be careful on how we react to things. You know what I mean? But we have to really be careful because, again, even though this was a fatal issue and a very sad issue, there is a lesson to be learned. And again, for the rest of us that are actually able to look at this from the outside in, we really have to be careful of how we respond to, as I would say, negative people. And yeah, you're going to have a lot of people that's going to say, well, he was an elderly man and, the fella should not have attacked him like that. True as that may be. And I am so sorry that an elderly individual died. But honestly, in my opinion, that's still no excuse to use derogatory words simply because you may think that you have a situation to hide behind. Because I'm going to tell you right now, folks, these days, it doesn't matter what age you are. If you say something, that means that you can receive a response, whether it be verbal or physical. It's like anything goes these days. That's why, whenever you are talking to someone, it's always best to put to use and think about what you say before you respond to someone. And basically what happened here is that really that wasn't done on either side. Basically, both of them acted off of emotion, and again, with older folks, a lot of them are set in their ways. They feel that what they say is the end all be all and that no one can correct them. Unfortunately, that's a symptom, again, of getting older age. But again, knowing that they still have control over what they say. And in this instance here, I look at it this way. The elderly man actually chose to use words that he knew was hurtful and that was derogatory and really that could cause someone to feel a certain kind of way. So my interpretation of this is that there was, and I can only assume because again I wasn't there, and neither none of you were there, but I'm just only again just kind of dissecting the situation from what I would like to see or how I thought the process went. But again, I'm thinking, like I say, that maybe the elderly fella didn't get the service that he was wanting, and he pretty much blurted out a word that was not nice, and in retaliation, how young black folks are, they want to prove themselves like nobody's gonna mess with me, nobody's gonna disrespect me. And then the news report said that he asked the fella to repeat the word again, and of course the elderly man did, and that's when he pretty much sucker punched him in the face. Like I said, it's fatal that and I'm sad that the elderly man actually again passed away. But again, there is a lesson to be learned here. Watch what you say to folks. You never know what they're going through. That's on both sides, whether you're black or white. Whenever you're communicating and talking to folks, you always make sure that you use a tone that is respectable, that is not threatening, that actually leads to, good, thoughtful communication where both people can learn something. Again, we're going back to the elementary things here, basically. And basically with some folks, you have to kind of take them back to the classroom to have them to learn the basic art of skillful communication. And that was basically what was lacking in this particular incident. And unfortunately, whenever you're actually not putting your best foot forward and just wanting to just act off of emotion, things like this happen, unfortunately. So that's all that I wanted to say to you guys in this video here. Again, you all be blessed and enjoy your day, okay? Talk to you later. Bye.